Yoga is a journey of the self, through the self, to the self. Namaskar, hello and welcome viewers. You're watching Perspective with your host Kriti Mishra. As the world celebrates 8th edition of International Yoga Day, let's analyze how yoga is exemplifying India's soft power. Soft power is the ability of a country to persuade others to do what it wants without resorting to force or coercion. Soft power lies in the country's attractiveness and comes from three resources: its culture, its political values, and its foreign policies. Yoga has gained admiration and captured people's imagination across the world and has become a source of India's soft power. The overwhelming number of yoga schools in America and Europe and many parts of Asia are a testimony to the popularity of India's rich cultural traditions. So let's take a hard look at India's soft power with our illustrious guests today. Joining us through virtual platform, Nauf Marwai, founder, Arab Yoga Foundation. She's joining us from Saudi Arabia. Also joining us, Mansi Gulati. She's a renowned yoga trainer. And Dr. Vikram Pai, medical officer, Ayush, yoga and naturopathy, AIIMS, Raipur. I welcome all of you on Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us. And Mansi, let me begin the program with you. Prime Minister Modi today said that yoga is a process that leads from inner peace to the realization of universal peace. Your opening thoughts on that?
Yes, and I would love to wish everyone happy International Yoga Day. Yoga is holistic approach for well-being and good health. Yoga is not just performing asana, jumping mantras. It's all about concentration. Do anything with 100%, that is all yoga. Yoga is really very, very good for disciplined life. It prevents you from all diseases, and it is really good in all aspects, physically, mentally, emotionally. So it is a gift for life.
It is a gift for life. And now, as we're talking about international participation and we're talking about yoga for humanity, tell us, how was the day in Saudi Arabia today?
So in Saudi Arabia, we celebrate the International Day of Yoga since the inspection by the UN in 2015, the first day. And today is actually a special day in Saudi Arabia more than the previous years because as we speak today, yoga is an official practice in Saudi Arabia under the Ministry of Sports, as the Saudi Yoga Committee was established last year in May. Actually, the Saudi Yoga Committee is an official body of yoga, oversees promotion of yoga in Saudi Arabia. And last year we signed a historical MOU with Ayush Ministry to promote yoga in Saudi Arabia. So there are so many activities around the kingdom, and I'm actually traveling around the kingdom for those activities. There is in Riyadh, there is in Dammam, there is in Jeddah, there is in different cities and towns, as there are tens of thousands of yoga practitioners in Saudi Arabia. And there are huge events going on everywhere today.
Absolutely. And since we're talking about Ayush Ministry, Dr. Pai, the current dispensation created a separate ministry for yoga, naturopathy, and Ayush. How has been the momentum since then for promoting yoga?
Well, India is on a global sector, global health sector. India is being a major contributor. Along with India's pharmaceutical exporter, along with the medical tourism promoter, India is also a leading nation in a wellness sector or wellness tourism. So wellness tourism, yoga is the leading, yoga and naturopathy are the leading aspects of the wellness tourism, where health is not only about keeping the diseases away, but also improving the quality of life and wellness of a person. So that is an important aspect of wellness industry, which is very much flourishing in India, and a lot of people from abroad are approaching India to attain this, get trained in these wellness centers and improve their health on all the 5 aspects of well-being.
So 5 aspects of well-being. Let's understand it from Mansi. Mansi, what are these 5 aspects of well-being?
Oh, that's really good. Like I said, it is very good for emotionally, it is very good well-being for emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. it's really good. Like I feel like it's a beautiful gift from India, and everyone is following yoga nowadays. It is good for healthy living and way of living, of course. So five, like we talk about yam, niyam, asan, pranayama, dhyana, dharana, pratihara, samadhi. So it is for a very happy living. It is for really good for our health.
It is very good for our health. And as now, if you were telling us that you were traveling across and we're talking about participation, massive participation on the International Yoga Day, how has been the response from the people as you're traveling across the country?
Yoga is very popular in Saudi Arabia, and it's actually appealing to people from all walks of life. There is also diversity of the numbers and of the categories of people from different backgrounds being interested in yoga. And early this year, we had a huge festival for yoga in Saudi Arabia, and 1,000 people turned out. And that was actually the capacity because of the COVID restrictions. And I think if there wasn't restrictions for the numbers due to COVID, we would have a bigger number as well. And I see even small studios in Saudi Arabia and different centers and hospitals, all of them are hosting today yoga classes and yoga workshops. So it's been honestly very inspiring and interesting to see how yoga is making people come together and practice for one purpose, that is well-being. And of course, that is because of the development we're witnessing in Saudi Arabia in the health and well-being sector and also the sports. Our leadership is very supportive of that, and people are very interested.
Also, since we're talking about the pandemic and we are still reeling under the shadow of the pandemic, Dr. Pai, on one hand, India emerged as the pharmacy of the world during the pandemic. On the second hand, we also have yoga as an instrument of India's soft power. Tell us about the importance of yoga in the ongoing pandemic.
We all know that what this havoc the COVID-19 pandemic has caused among all the societies in the world. So the COVID has two main parts. One is the brighter side, the visible side, where the people contacted COVID and there was a lot of comorbidity and there was a lot of morbidity. And there is a darker side of COVID, which very less people are aware of. What COVID has caused, the COVID blues or the lockdown, which has caused the mental health issues during the lockdown or during the pandemic, or the terror or the fear of COVID, all this has caused a lot of mental health burden on COVID patients and also non-COVID patients who were along with the family members of COVID. So in that scenario, there are a lot of studies also conducted. Yoga has helped a very lot to beat this, combat this stress and anxiety, depression during the dark side of the COVID. So yoga has helped a lot, and we are still trying to gather more and more reports to use this yoga as a tool in future. Certain scenarios of similar scenarios of humanity faces such scenarios. Yoga can be used as an essential tool. So our main job is to create more and more evidence, medical evidence or the research evidence to get this thing validated or more acceptance worldwide. So that's our major in aspect or focus of work where we are doing it here at AIIMS Raipur.
All right, we're talking about acceptance of yoga worldwide. But Mansi, India does not figure in the top 30 list of the countries in terms of soft power. So how do we further engage and also use social media to further disseminate the information and engage people as far as yoga is concerned, particularly looking at it as a tool of soft power?
That is really important for everyone. Now itself, like, Ayush Ministry, our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, they are doing too much for the awareness, for yoga awareness. Now this is our responsibility also. through our social platform like Insta, Facebook, Twitter. And awareness is really important. I'm also conducting a lot of classes. Every day I'm teaching more than 5,000 students. So this 5,000 student can convert, they can convert to 50,000 and more than that. So I request everyone, we should not celebrate. Yes, that is true. Like 21st June is International Yoga Day. It's a very important day for everyone. We should celebrate every day, Yoga Day only. We should celebrate every day for our health only. So awareness is very important, and this is now our responsibility also to create, to create more awareness.
Dr. Pai, how are you creating awareness?
We are conducting more and more camps and even OPD to all our OPD coming patients or the patients who are attending the AIMS OPD. We are giving them awareness about yoga and naturopathy, and we are also stressing more on lifestyle, changing the lifestyle. So most of the patients who come to us, they have improper or sedentary lifestyle due to which they have contacted a lot of chronic disorders, which they can't combat only with the help of certain medicines, unless you change your lifestyle. So that's what we are suggesting our patients, just to change the lifestyle to combat, be healthy.
All right, being healthy is the key, of course, for a successful life, for a healthy life. But now, the impressive participation today across the globe, do you think that is a testimony of India's rising soft power across the globe?
As I always say, the Yoga Day is the biggest wellness meet the globe ever witnessed, because the number of yoga practitioners around the world is around 300 million yoga practitioners. And of course, if that shows anything, it shows the benefits of yoga and the fruits people can actually witness. And speaking of soft power, of course, a practice like yoga, usually culture and sports, both are very important tools of soft power that brings people together, brings nations together, and maybe help in creating dialogues, friendships, and peace, of course. And for us in Saudi Arabia, people like to know, of course, about the Indian culture, and India is a friendly country. Me being awarded the Padma Shri is actually just shows how strong the ties are between Saudi Arabia and India. It's an honor for me, an honor for my country too. So I think, yes, India has a lot to offer to the world, and we can exchange in that field, especially in our region, in the Arabic region. Everybody needs health and well-being, and yoga is costless, is simple, is healthy as well. It targets body and mind. So, of course, in a practice like that and improving it in our country, it will help our people, and it will actually help the cultural exchange between both countries.
But Mansi, as you're talking about growing popularity of yoga across the globe, particularly in Asia, Europe, and America, what kind of opportunities do you foresee for yoga practitioners?
Yeah, actually, I have my own organization, Manaswani. In that, we are offering classes. We are running a workshops like 5 days, 14 days. We are offering teacher training course also. They can, globally, they can get certificate from our organization with the help of Manaswani and Yoga Alliance from US. So they can teach everywhere. It is really good. Yoga, for me, is very, very important. I've given my life to yoga. For me, it is everything. And living a healthy life, everyone, we all need healthy life. So we are offering a lot of courses from our organization. I request everyone to join teacher training course, to join some courses, so they can also learn the way of living healthy living. Yes.
Right. Also, Dr. Pai, you were talking about medical tourism, wellness tourism. What kind of opportunities do beckon India in future?
Yeah, wellness tourism is a very flourishing industry now, and there are a lot of yoga and naturopathy institutes throughout the India, so who are catering this foreign nationals or NRIs or Indians who are seeking this wellness along with the health. So there are two aspects of health. So WHO defines health as complete physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual well-being, and not just absence of disease of any infirmity. So being disease-free is one thing, and being disease-free is one thing, and being healthy is another thing. So after once we are free from all diseases, we have to supposed to our goal is supposed to achieve the optimal health, and optimal health only comes when we concentrate on all the five aspects that is said in yoga, the pancha koshas, as they say: physical kosha, the physical, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, and anandmaya. So all five aspects has to be covered. So in this area, so there are a lot of centers in India. They are working, and it's a growing industry, and there are a lot of opportunities for the therapists, for the trainers, and for the medical practitioners and the consultants. So that's a huge growing opportunity. And even on cruise ships, there are a lot of our colleagues are working on a cruise ships where they have offered jobs for the consultants of acupuncture and wellness consultants on the cruise ships too.
All right, now, do you think that India has been truly successful in establishing the fact that yoga is beyond boundaries, it is beyond civilizations, it is for humanity, as the theme also suggests this year, that yoga is for humanity?
Yes, since 2014, of course, because I lived between India and Saudi Arabia for almost 12 years. And this movement had been sped up actually since 2014. And I see a lot of efforts from the Indian authorities to promote yoga the right way around the world, and to create systems and standards to educate people. And of course, yoga is cutting across boundaries and bonding, like nations are bonding over culture through yoga. So there is more dialogue, there is more engagement, there is more exchange. Especially the yoga philosophy enhances the values we talk about today, like ahimsa, satya, environmental issues. The whole world is discussing this. Yoga spoke about that more than 5,000 years ago. And I think yoga is kind of a central science. It works with psychology, it works with nutrition, it works with sports, it works with social, it works with medicine. As I always say, you can use yoga the way you like to use it. You can use it as a lifestyle, yoga for health and well-being, yoga for if somebody want to take it up for just yoga asana sports or yoga therapy. Actually, yoga has a lot to offer in that. And of course, we see a lot of movements that maybe yoga is being a tool for friendship and peace. So yes, yoga for humanity would be the right explanation for that.
All right, you used a very important term and phrase there. Let me borrow it from you. And Dr. Pai now says that yoga is a tool for friendship and peace. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's definitely. When you have to reach after Manomaya Kosha and Vijnanamaya Kosha, one has to embrace the ahimsa on Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, which is words and thoughts and action. Only then you can achieve the higher aspects or unleash the higher aspects of your brain or your mind. So it's very important to have that concept or the quality when you are practicing yoga. So it's definitely yoga helps in having that quality in you.
All right, time for closing comments from all my guests. Mansi, coming to you first. Yoga is India's most powerful and successful tool of soft power. Your thoughts?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yoga is really, really good for me. Perfection, and everyone have right to live a perfect and disciplined life. So yoga is really good. Like today is very important day for everyone. Just one thing I would love to share, like Om chant. Mantra is also very important. Sound. Om, A, Uma, we combine this three-word properly, it brings more clarity and more positivity in our life. So just one chant, I would love to chant. Deep inhalation. So this three word bring more peace and more clarity, and we are talking about humanity. So Om is a beautiful mantra. Om is a beautiful subject for our yoga. So it's really, really good. It is a gift from India for humanity, for peace and happiness.
Now, for your closing remarks.
I think yoga is going to be one of the most wonderful tools for peace, tolerance, creating dialogue, coexistence, and exchange between nations, because this is what we need the most today in this very challenging time. Pandemics, wars, and a lot of conflicts. So yoga can work wonders, especially the philosophy and the friendship and the cultural exchange and coexistence, understanding differences and others.
Dr. Pai?
International Yoga Day is just one day to symbolize or inspire others to practice or inculcate yoga in their daily life. So don't just practice this don't limit this for just one day. Inculcate this, take a little step. Those who are not practicing yoga or any physical activity, just take a small step, dedicate half an hour in a day to practice simple practices, very simplest stretching or breathing and relaxation practices. Start with that. And those who are already practicing, please keep up your spirits and move on with that.
All right, on that note, thank you so much for joining us, Mansi, Nauf, and Dr. Pai. Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Namaskar.